Hello friends, welcome to the second part of the 9th unit of this wonderful course that we are doing together, and that is two sources of knowledge, part B. Now there are certain areas that require immediate attention in development. For example, one, as you said, is economic development. Second is environmental perseverance. Third is education.
Yes.
So these are all the areas in which we can prepare a project. Again, a question of nutrition, health, and hygiene.
Yes.
There can be project
Important.
about governance,
Right.
consultation, decision-making process, empowerment of the local bodies to be able to make decisions. So, holistic, motivational, and moral dimensions of actions are provided by spiritual values. In a very, very plain words, we can say.
Right.
The result will be lasting changes in individuals and in collective advancement.
Mhm.
And that's what I think we all are interested in. So we need to explore how our intellectual powers and the spiritual qualities of nobility, of goodness, and beauty, please underline it,
Yeah.
can reinforce each other and inspire us to action. Hence, it's necessary, friends, to have ongoing dialogue between religious leaders, scientists, and development specialists. So, let's not consider religion to be something which is only in the temple, or science is something which is in the lab, or which is everywhere else where except the temple. So we need to have constant dialogue between what religion says, what science says, what development need is. This is not concerned with the religiousness of any kind, but rather a serious examination of how the scientific and religious abilities of humanity can, in a very synchronous way, promote the building of capacity at all levels of society for the betterment of the world. I think this is something that really we all, and all the dear students, learners, can actively promote. So you have a practical which says, as a practical of this unit, please discuss with your learning partner and compose one or two critical questions from your daily experience to promote a dialogue between religious leaders, scientists, and development specialists. So this is your first practical. Then the second practical is that you select a particular civilization of the past, whichever you like, identify the causes of its decline and fall. We discussed earlier how civilizations grow and have advanced as a result of the harmonious interaction between science and religion, but then at certain times civilizations have fallen, they have declined. So what has been the cause of their decline? You will also have an assignment. Now you can consider preparing a happy hippo show. At the end of the first module we discussed what a happy hippo show is. So please prepare a happy hippo show to promote a community discussion on the need of harmonious collaboration between science and religion at local level. As you remember, the Happy Hippo show should have a theme. So your theme here could be harmony between science and religion in action at local level.
Right.
Then you should decide what is the message that you want to give to the participants. That's the second important point. The third thing that you want to decide is story that can convey the situation, a real situation in the community as a result of the lack of harmony of science and religion. Maybe there is, too much of superstitious beliefs
Yes,
in the community. maybe there is less emphasis that the children should go for education or higher education. So you have to create a story in the context of the real situation in that community. It's always better if you involve the local community members. Even they can be part of the group, the actors and actresses. Maybe some of the local youth can be there. And then your Happy Hippo show will have, of course, a director, somebody who will guide the actors and actresses of how to play, how to act, how to set the stage. Then you will have a host who will welcome the people to the Happy Hippo show, who will tell them what a Happy Hippo show is. And the host is usually accompanied by a clown that makes people happy with her or his appearance and the dress. And then at the start of the Happy Hippo show, you give a brief introduction to the situation, prevailing situation. And you really try to involve the audience. One way of involvement is through raising the shout of unity, Happy Hippo show, as you know. And that's where the audience gets excited to see what is going to come. And then, of course, the drama begins. And as the drama begins, gradually the crisis within the drama intensifies and goes to a higher and higher level of crisis and reaches at a spot where a major decision should be made, where some major event should take place. And that is when you hear the sound of a gong. And once the gong is sounded, everything freezes. The actors, actresses freeze on the scene, on the stage, and then the clown and the host come to the stage and they put certain questions to the audience. For example, what has happened so far? To make sure that the audience have really understood what has been the story. And then why this has happened, why this crisis has been created. What have been the moral values and principles that have been neglected because of which these crises have happened. And then how would you solve the problem? So the suggestions come from the local community members. And interestingly, if the issue that you are taking up is actually a local issue, the suggestions that they will give could become solutions that they can later on implement through the project that you will start. At times, it would be even nice if you invite some of the audience to come on the stage and actually act it out. What they say, let them act it out to show exactly what they mean by that particular solution. So this will also increase further participation of the audience in the show. And at times when there is a very good answer given by the audience, of course the clown can offer them a fruit or a sweet or a gift or whatever to add to the excitement of the show. Now, once the discussion is done, we should remember that one of the team members should write down good answers or good solutions that are given by the audience on a chart paper, because after all, the Happy Hippo show is a tool for education. So these answers are written on a chart. Then the host and the clown leave the stage. Then the original actors, actresses come back, and the show continues from where it had been frozen. And now comes the solution. So one of the solutions to that crisis that had been already decided by the team members, by the Happy Hippo show members, that solution, they act it out and they resolve the problem. And of course, because it is a Happy Hippo show, it has to end on a happy note. So the Happy Hippo show is not a tragedy show that ends with a sad note. So it has to end on a happy note. And then all the actors come back on the stage. The host and the clown come. The writer comes. The chart that they had written of all the points the audience had said, that is brought by the writer. It's called Chart of Wisdom. And one by one, the points are read out. or the action plans which are suggested will be read out. Decisions will be made that, okay, from tomorrow or from whatever date, we are going to start this plan. These are the participants, who is going to take part, who is going to provide what. And then the show ends with an action plan to be carried out. So this is going to be a very interesting assignment for you that in the first place will surely contribute a lot to your own development, artistic development, I don't know, the stage fear will go, your ability to talk to the local people, to understand them, they understand you, to plan an action plan, to execute it, then to evaluate it. So this is going to be a wonderful experience. And of course, the committee will also be benefited as a result of this. So you'll be able to help in some way to address some issue in that community. And I hope that through this you will, increase collaboration among the participants. You will increase gender equality. You will increase education for all. You will increase awareness about the environment, harmony between science and religion. So there are a lot of things that really people can get with a clear-cut message that your show is going to give to the audience. Well, this brings us to the end of this session. And I thank Mrs. Savant. I thank Mrs. Sally for your kind contributions. So we look forward to the next session. Thank you very much.